Welcome back to another Blender video. So, today I got a rocket for you. I thought after making the boat scene and that standstill image, I'm gonna create my own asset this time because the boats that I used were from, I think, Blender Kit, and I just imported them in to make the scene. This time I'm making the rocket from a reference image that I have on the screen next to the rocket, as you can see, and I also had images on my phone and was sort of freestyling this as well. I didn't want to exactly replicate the rocket on the right, and the ones I had on my phone, I wanted it to be a challenge for myself to see what I could come up with by just using these reference images. It's not perfect, but it's a work in progress. I will release another maybe 1 or 2 videos on this as I'm making the scene. I have got it further than this, but yeah, them updates will come further on in another video. But just to keep you guys updated with what's going on and what I'm working on, I thought I'll break this down into like a 1, 2 or 3 piece series. So I'm just doing the boosters at the back, as you can see. I do change these later on, and I change a couple other things. I don't change the shape of the rocket too much, but I do add some extra details, and I do also texture it as well. I'm not amazing at texturing, I said this in my last video, but I'm gradually getting there, assigning certain faces for new materials and things like that. But yeah, I think the actual end result of this isn't too bad. I ended up making a quick planet through a noise texture on a circle or a UV sphere even, and made a sort of scene, but I end up deleting it. I don't show it in this video. I do render an image, so I'll put that at the end of this. However, I end up deleting it because I move the rocket off of the X, Y and Z axes, and obviously it's easier to work on it when it's slap bang in the middle because everything's symmetrical, and when you're working on it, when you're trying to add to the scene and build the scene, I completely had a go to the start moment and I moved everything, and then when I was trying to add certain bits to it, I was like, this is ridiculously hard. So yeah, I delete the outside of the image, like the planet that I made, and in that future video I will end up making that planet again, but just for now it took up too much of my GPU, so that's why I deleted it. And I could work on more things on the rocket, like adding a window, obviously because I need something to see out of if you was to fly this rocket, and not just metal in front of your face, because you wouldn't really know what you're doing and it'd be pretty pointless because you can't see anything. So yeah, I added this flame, as you can see, which is just again from Blender Kit, because I haven't learned how to make flames yet, and this was a lot more GPU friendly to do this at the minute. I am going to make my own fire come out the back, and I am going to have this rocket potentially orbit around some sort of planet, maybe make a short 30-second animation to go with it. But yeah, it looks pretty cool right now. I think, like, you can tell it's a rocket, it's got flames coming out the back, and yeah, here's where I start moving it, adding the curve. I added a circle and was like, what am I doing? No, I need to add a curve, and then I got stuck trying to find these curves for a little while. And yeah, as I said, I had a proper like, oh, I need to go back to square one moment and just refresh what I'm doing. But yeah, there's the planet, as I said, pretty big. Adding the noise texture right now, changing the colors. I was gonna go for something absolutely crazy, but as I said, the GPU was cooking away, and I thought, nah, not just yet. We'll do that a bit further on. And then adding an area light, just so you can see it. I was going to add a world texture. I can't remember if I do or I don't in this. But obviously I will to make it lighten up a bit more, and I needed to add some emission to this planet. As you can see what I'm doing there, I'm currently doing that. But yeah, obviously you can't really see the rocket in the detail that it is. And I thought, well, I'm making details on the rocket and I'm quite far away. You need to be able to see these details quite clearly. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I ended up deleting the planet and not starting again, but like adding more to said rocket. Yeah, this bit is why it drained my GPU, and I thought, no, let me just focus on solely the rocket. Why am I trying to add all these different elements when I'm not that advanced yet? I still need to learn. So yeah, here's me adding a curve for the rocket to follow in the animation, something new that I learned. So yeah, we're slowly adding all of these new elements that I'm learning to these scenes. And I'm just going to keep making these random scenes and bettering my skill set, because why wouldn't I do that? That is the point of doing this, and I want to see what I can achieve in 1 year. But yeah, parenting and things like that are a brilliant thing to learn early on, because it makes your modelling 10 times easier. You don't have to connect all the meshes and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So you can just parent things and it just makes it like, yeah, 10 times easier. But I have now animated the rocket. I forgot how to make it spin, because I was going to make it spin from the center of the rocket, but I forgot how to do that. So I didn't do that yet. I will end up doing that. But yeah, this angle now that you're seeing where I render it will be one of the camera angles when I do this final render, so you can see it. It follows the camera, follows the rocket even. Pretty nice shot. The boosters were going a bit strange, so yeah, I do change those again. But as I said, I will potentially make my own boosters somehow. I will get there somehow. But yeah, we're getting near the end of this video now, so I don't want to bore you too much, but that doesn't look too shabby when that was moving, if I do say so myself. And this bit now is the end of the video, so I will add this image that I've rendered out to the end of this video, just so you can see what the final product looks like. But yeah, brilliant stuff. This is a rocket in your face.